following the unfortunate incident that took place on the 6th day of February this year. On the 6th of February 2024, some members of the public from this region where we are standing consumed alcoholic drinks that had been laced with poisonous substances. And this took place at a bar known as California in Kangai Trading Center, Moya West Sub-County of Kirinyaga County. As a result of that consumption, we have lost many people. And until now, those that have been confirmed dead are 17. And we have others who survived that horrific incident who are struggling with blurred vision because their eyesight was impaired by the poisonous substance that they consumed. All the victims came from Karikoni and Kianjogu sublocations. And for that reason, I take this opportunity on behalf of the government of Kenya to send condolences to all the families, relatives, friends, and fellow residents of these two sublocations for the loss of our dear ones, parents, brothers, sisters, cousins, neighbors. The government has taken this incident extremely seriously. As the country may be aware, there has been an ongoing effort to rid the counties of our country that are faced with the problem of alcoholism and the consumption of illicit brews. And we've been struggling to come up with a program of making sure that we rid our country from this menace. But this event has made the matter of drugs and illicit alcohol even a more urgent matter than before. We had already assessed in the Ministry of Interior, and we had identified the sale and consumption of illicit and poisonous drinks and narcotic drugs as a security threat. However, looking at what has happened, it is our view that this threat of poisonous alcohol and the consumption of narcotic drugs is a serious threat on the same level as terrorism and banditry. And therefore, I want to say that starting today, the government is going to declare a countrywide operation on all areas of our country where our people have been imprisoned by the consumption of dangerous drinks and alcoholic drinks. And that operation will begin immediately. I have directed all the county security and intelligence teams across the country to convene today and bring a roadmap which will enable us to carry out an operation to make sure we save those of us who are still alive before we have an incident like this again. When this incident happened in this locality, the first thing that we did as government was, first of all, to ask all security managers at the county level, sub-county level, and station level who were in office when this matter happened to step aside. And we have recalled all the officers from the County Commissioner of Kirinyaga, the County Police Commander, the County Criminal Investigations Officer, the County SIPU Commander, and all other heads of security of the county. They have all been recalled, and new officers have been posted and have reported already. At the same time, the government has also recalled and asked all security heads at the sub-county level to similarly step aside. And we have also posted new officers, including the sub-county police commander, the sub-county SIPU commander, and all the other heads of agencies at the sub-county level. We have also taken measures and requested the officer commanding police stations in the affected areas also to leave. And the reason we have done this is because, first and foremost, we will conduct an impartial inquiry to find out exactly what happened. And the government has directed all the agencies responsible to carry out a multi-agency coordinated inquiry. And this inquiry will help us to establish if any of our officers had a role to play through their action or inaction, which led to the death of so many of our people. I want to promise on behalf of the government of Kenya that any officer, any public official from whatever agency of government who may have contributed to this terrible loss of life will have to face not only removal from the public service, but also we will prosecute each one of them. I also want to say that all the officers who have been asked to step aside, we have not made a determination yet whether they are responsible or not, and therefore we'll conduct a fair inquiry so that we also don't punish innocent public servants. The inquiry will also be extended to junior ranked officers, because besides the commanders, we are getting information that some of the junior officers in the National Police Service, in the national administration structures, and other agencies could also have contributed to this unfortunate event and the consequences that this event has brought on us. I also want to announce that the seller of this poisonous drink is a notorious offender who had been arrested before and taken to court 16 times. And every time they were released, on very, very lenient bond terms. And therefore, it ought to be clear that it is not entirely true to say that public officials or law enforcement officials have not done their job. It is also true that certain officials of the judiciary have let the people of Kenya down and frustrated the law enforcement efforts of our officers. Many arrests and prosecutions on this character that we've carried out. This time round, we have arrested him once more. Mr. John Mureithi is in custody. And we have obtained custodial orders to keep him in custody until we complete our investigations. And we intend to charge Mr. Mureithi with the most serious crimes ever in our statutes. The murder of so many people is not a small matter. And therefore, we are not looking at routine charges about operating without licenses and other misdemeanors. We are looking at putting a proper, serious case, watertight, that this fellow will never know freedom again. And I don't see any difference between what this character has done and what other dangerous criminals have done in other parts of the country. There is no difference between this terrible character and what Mr. Mackenzie did in Shakahola. There is no difference between what this character has done and what the Al-Shabaab terrorists are doing and what the bandits are doing in other parts of the country. It's the same thing. And therefore, we will not take this as a small matter. And I want to announce that the new officers who have been posted here have been directed to commence an operation beginning today to make sure that other characters who are doing similar business and who are hiding and using their connections to frustrate and kill the people of Kenya, that those characters are also apprehended before they cause us more harm. And therefore, with me here is the new County Commissioner for Kirinyaga County, Mr. Hussein Alasson. That is our new County Commissioner. We have our Police Commander, the County Police Commander, Mr. Andrew Naibei, is also here.